Hey guys. Okay, so we're doing this video without the Apple Pencil today. So don't mind if my writing's a little off here. Okay, we are starting geometry. So the first thing we're going to do today is, we don't want that. We want black. Here we go. I can. Whoa, man, that's bad. Find the area of a rectangle. Man, as soon as I get back to school and my Apple Pencil, I'll expect this video to be totally replaced. This is bad. I can find the area of a rectangle. Okay, so just like when we solved equations, there is a specific process for this that will make you guys pros at doing geometry. You gotta trust me though. Example number 1. All right, here we go. Example number 1. Let's say we have just basic rectangle. Okay, here we go. Basic rectangle. Isn't that pretty? And let's just use some basic numbers. 3 centimeters. And let's do 8 centimeters. Okay, so here's what we got to do. And you're going to fight me on this, but you got to do it because it's going to help you become a pro at this. All right, here we go. How do you find area of rectangle? A lot of you are going to tell me that you need to do 8 times 3. And you multiply those. And you would be correct. You do 8 times 3. But then again, a lot of you would also say that if I had it labeled like this, some of you would also say to do 8 plus 3 plus 8 plus 3. That would not be correct because that would be the perimeter. Adding up all the outsides would be the perimeter. Okay? And some of you would even try to tell me to multiply all of those numbers together. The 3, the 8, the 3, and the 8. So when it's labeled like this, you're pretty good. All right, here's what we need to talk about. The 8 centimeters, this is going to be your length measurement. It's how long the rectangle is. And the 3 centimeters is going to be your width measurement. That's how wide the rectangle is. Okay, and that's what we need. We need a length and we need a width. Because the formula for area of a rectangle is area equals length times width. Now the real skill here is, can you use a formula? This thing right there. Because we're going to be using lots of formulas. You're going to learn lots. In fact, for area alone, you're going to have to memorize, I think there's 7 different kinds of formulas. So to use a formula, you have to be able to identify a couple things. What is the length of the shape and what is the width of the shape? And once you can do that, you just plug them in, all right, and you can get your answer. So here's what you do. You first have to write the formula. A equals length times width. Then you drop down below, copy the equal sign, and here is where we plug in the dimensions. Okay, the dimensions. These things are called dimensions. All right, the length, the width, the height, all that kind of weird stuff. Those are the dimensions. All right, so we're going to plug those in. Now notice we're using our multiplying parentheses. It makes it easier to plug numbers in. All right, so the length is 8 centimeters and the width is 3 centimeters. All right, so that's the second thing you got to do. So far we have written the formula, we dropped down, and we plugged in the dimensions, the length and the width. For the grand finale, drop down again. Actually do the math, the 8 times the 3, and 8 times 3 is 24. All right, and now some of you are going to go, the answer is 24. Wrong. No. Okay? The answer is not 24. We just found an area. We just found a measurement. You can't stop and say 24. That's like if you're talking about money. What do you mean? 24 cents? $24? $2,400? $24 million? You got to be specific. So we are using centimeters. So 24 centimeters. And now fancy this, because we just found area and we used 1 two dimensions, the length and the width, we have to write centimeters with a little 2 by it. And we say squared. So the answer here is 24 centimeters squared, and that little 2 means squared. Okay? So that's the basics of it. All right, you write your formula, okay? Second, plug in the dimensions. And third, write the total answer. Now, count on this. Your answer is all of this. If you leave out the dimensions, you're wrong. If you leave out the squared, you're wrong. You're like, but why? Why does that little number right there matter so much? So let's do a quick side note, okay? We're going to learn several different things. Perimeter, the distance around, area, the distance or what something covers, and volume, how full you can make something. To find the perimeter, all you need is a line to add up the line. All right, so basically that's just a length. To find area, you need a length and a width. Length, width. To find volume, you need several things. All right, you need a length. All right, so you need a length, you need a width, and you need a, what's that called? The height. So you see here, perimeter, you only need one dimension. So a perimeter's measurements has a little 1, or usually we just write nothing because 1 of something is just that thing. Area, you need a little 2 because you're using 2 dimensions. And guess what? Volume answers need a little 3 because you're using 1, 2, 3 dimensions. Funny how that works, huh? All right. You thought we were done? Wrong. We need to practice this new formula skill. Example number 2. Here is a rectangle. Okay, once again, you'll use some basic numbers. Let's use 12 inches, and let's use 20 inches. Okay, first things first, write the formula. Area equals length times width. All right, next, plug in the numbers, 20 and 12. Drop down again. Actually do the math. 20 times 12 is 240. Write in what we're using, inches. And it's area, so it's inches squared. If I am grading yours on a quiz or a test, you get a point for this, the formula, you get a point for the right plug-in, and you get a point for the correct complete answer. So that makes it a 3-point problem. If you are lazy and do not write the formula to begin with, guess how many points you're getting? 2 out of 3. Guess what percent that is? 66%. Do you want to explain to mom and dad why you got a D just because you were too lazy to write this? Because I will happily explain it. Do it. Once you become a pro, you don't have to do it anymore, but you're not there yet. All right, third and final example. Example number 3. What if I don't give you a drawing? Or what if I just tell you the length and I just tell you a width? All right, what if I were to say, oh, the length is 6 feet and the width is 4 feet. Could you do what you need to do? Go ahead and pause the video, do your whole formula, plug in, and answer, and then hit play to see how you did. All right, you should have your answer all the way in front of you, everything, all of the stuff, okay? So let's take a look. The first thing you should have written out in this formula, area equals length times width. Yes, I know you know it. Yes, I know you'll know it forever, but you still need to write it down. Next, plug in the dimensions. The dimensions are the length and the width. The length is 6, the width is 4. Drop down again. So now I have how many equal signs happening here? Oh, look, 1, 2, 3. Funny how there's 3 equal signs and this problem is worth 3 points. Get with the program, folks. Okay, let's, oops, wrong button. Let's go back here. Okay, now, almost done. Actually do the math for your answer. 6 times 4 is 24. Oh, that was from example number 1 too. Don't stop there because guess what? You have how many points happening right now? 1, 2. You don't quite have the third point yet because you have to finish the answer. 24 what? Well, we are measuring in feet. And we just found area. I know that because of the big A we had to write earlier. It's going to be 24 feet squared. And that, my friends, gives you your third and final point. You're about to do your quick check quiz, in which case I need to see all of this happening each time because throughout this whole unit, I'm going to expect all of this, and you're not getting away with not doing it ever. You have to do it every time. Got it? Say it yes with a smile.